YouTube, what is going on today? We're back with another Genshin Impact video, and I'm giving the perfect tier list for 5-star characters in Genshin Impact. I'm looking at this as the best free-to-play options, as well as a completely brand new player who has never played the game before. You're just logging in for Natlan. What meta character should you be looking for? Who should you be looking to skip? Who should you be looking to roll? I break the whole thing down. Now, at the end of the day, Genshin Impact is honestly a very easy video game. You could realistically beat the game with just the starter characters. But with that being said, I'm going to be giving you the meta perspective. And so, roll whoever you want. Have fun with the game. This is my opinion, but it's right. It is right. And if you disagree, you're 100% wrong. With that being said, let's get right into it. Do we really want to cover the Travelers? I think anything other than the Dendro Traveler is really a waste of your time. Dendro Traveler is pretty good. Don't roll. Sounds about right. Like you don't. Hydro Traveler is genuinely horrific. The Geo Traveler has some use, so I'll put him in like a bottom like C tier because the Geo Traveler can genuinely be pretty decent. But other than that, the Dendro Traveler is very solid, and that's it. This Hydro MC is actually worse than hitting with a wet noodle. They're pretty abysmal. Like they're actually like the worst character in the game possible. The fact that the Hydro Traveler's burst goes through everything, literally any construct or anything, period. It does like 2 damage. Oh, Albedo. Bro. Yo, every time I make a tier list, every time, you know what describes Albedo? I made an edit for Albedo. Ryan. All right, C tier it is. Okay. Bro, he's just not good. He's in just that many teams now that Chiori's out. Oh, brother. We're basing all of these off of C0. I'm looking at all of these as C0 because I feel like when you factor in constellations, it changes the tier list so much. And this is a tier list geared towards new players first playing the game before Natlan to be like, hey, who should I roll for? You should stay far away from Albedo unless you have a million other Geo characters already. Don't need it. The EM buff with Albedo is cute, but also again, you don't need it. Like the Albedo Hu Tao team, like that's non-existent anymore. We don't do that out here. So, Alhaitham is very good, man. Alhaitham is like an S tier unit. I don't know what I put Alhaitham last time, but I also think I didn't know how to play Alhaitham. S+. I think S+ is too generous. I think the only Dendro character that could go S+ is honestly Nahida. I don't think any other Dendro, because Nahida is just miles ahead of all of them in every single way possible. Nahida with Alhaitham is like an S+ tier team comp. Top 3 DPS, S+ before Fontaine, yes or no? Do you think, why do you think he should be S+ though? I just don't see it. I just don't see it. He's annoying. He has energy recharge problems. After Fontaine, he's S. Now, I'm saying he was S+ before Fontaine. He's hot. No, he's definitely hot. Smash. Easy smash. Honestly, I don't want to look up Alhaitham on my Google because we'll probably find some Alhaitham porn that's going to get us banned. But I think S is valid. I think obviously you can run him with Furina. And his Hyperloom teams are crazy valid. But like to pretend like I don't think he is the best Dendro character in the game. Realistically, if you have Nahida, you don't need any other Dendro character, period. And also, you can't fucking see the mirrors on the screen. You can't see the mirrors when you're playing with him. The only way that I've found to use him very well is if you count the 2 fall down strikes and then you reset. But there is a little bit of like a skill issue in there where it's like you have to get used to his gameplay first. So I think S+ is a little eh. Aloy's S+ tier because Aloy actually came from a different universe, bodied everyone, and yeah. Itto I think is a solid A tier, man. I think Itto is so you could make an argument like a Furina Benny team could make him go up a little bit to S, but I think it's fair to put him A because at the end of the day, he really relies on mono Geo. Like the argument of Furina makes this character better, I think should be null and void because Furina Marichussi makes literally everyone better. So I don't like that. I feel like that'd be such a weird thing to do. It's like, oh, but you can put it up here. It's like, we got to take that out of the equation for a bit. As himself by a whole, before Furina, so I think A tier. But like the fact that unfortunately Geo has no reactions and is pretty much absolutely irrelevant with everything in the game unless you're running Navia Crystallize because that's what she works off of. If you love Geo, go for it. But if not, it's not worth it. Arlecchino is S+. I'm not going to lie to you. Power creep doesn't really exist in Genshin. I feel like Arlecchino was the very first real case of genuine hard power creep in this game, brother. Like C0 Arlecchino level 70 with like a 3-star, what is it, white tassel goes in and fucks everything in the abyss. Like, you don't need anything. She works more than Vapes. Like, she hard body nerfed Hu Tao and Yae Miko because they're really only good with Vapes. And at the end of the day, she works with tons of different team comps and she just required C0. Her gameplay loop is actually the easiest thing of all time. Yae Miko really got, I mean, Hu Tao is obviously king of DPS, right? But Yae Miko got, you know, nerfed in that as well. All you have to do with this homegirl is hit F and just run around for 4 seconds. It physically cannot get easier than that. It's like Yae Miko gets knocked back instantaneously. Hu Tao, you always have a bunch of problems. All you have to do, hit your skill, and then after that, wait the 5 seconds and then do the charge. And if there's 3 or more enemies there, you can immediately charge and not have to wait. So she is the real first definition of power creep, in my opinion. I think everyone who said power creep existed before, I think is a little weird and silly. Like, okay, another S+ character, like S+ is Furina, right? Let's just go up a little bit. She's not supposed to be an A. Like, S+ is like the top of the tier. Like, these are characters that you can roll and could literally work in any situation ever with any team comp, including free to play. Like, Furina absolutely changed the game in the sense of that all you need is Furina and then throw Mara Chussie on another unit like Nuevillette or whoever, like even if you're running Hu Tao, for example, because when your HP decreases or increases, you get crit rate 12 times 3. Chat, if I pull out my calculator right now and 12 times 3, 12 times 3, bro, that's a free 36 crit rate. That's a free 36 crit rate right there. And all she does is drain HP. Literally all she does, you do this, bam. If they're over 50%, they drain HP. And then she has a healing mode. I mean, like, so her and the artifact set and everything, she's just absolutely broken. Her on-field application is top tier. And she's a very good, there's nothing bad about her at all. Like, there really is nothing bad to say about Furina. Absolutely S tier, but I don't think she power crept anyone. Yeah, Furina's S+ though, for sure, without doubt. I don't think she power crept anyone. I think that she just changed the meta. I think meta defining and power creep are 2 completely different things. Okay, since Daughters rated us and she loves Raiden, I love Raiden too. C0 Raiden is honestly is like S tier. It's I don't think they're better than Alhaitham. I guess I can't do the order. There we can. S+ is Kaching. Ooh, Emmy, stop it. Yeah, C0 Raiden is S tier. This was C2 Raiden. You know, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I could see an argument to making Raiden A, but I'm gonna keep her S, and I really think this is gonna hurt my soul to say, but like C0 Raiden is just better as an EM Hyperbloom character, as opposed to using them for like a main DPS. Just there's such a big difference in the power of C0 to C2. Unraid is crazy. Like, using the ult applied ignores 60% of the defense. Like, that's a massive buff. I gotta be honest. I'm an honest human being, and I love Raiden. I'm a Raiden shrimp. When she pulls it out the boba, I get bricked up all the time. But realistically, though, like, she's better as a Hyperbloom driver at C0. At C2, you know what I'm saying, it's a little bit different. Or if you had C6 Kujisara, but she's gorgeous though. She's gorgeous. We give her that, you know. Rational team is so crazy. Rational is very good, but again, there's a pretty big increase at C0 compared to C2. So I'm not saying Rational is bad, but like if someone came to you and said, yo, I pulled Raiden and I have Dendro, but they either don't have C4 Shanglang or they don't have C2 Zincho, and their Benny's not C2, I think you're better off running her as an EM bot, you know what I mean? But so yeah, not that National is bad, because National is good for anything. But yeah, so you know. Do people start with Rational still? Yeah, it's still doable. I mean, I do it. It's just that when you're looking at C0 compared to C2, it's like, there's no downside in using C0 Raiden with Dragon's Bane because of the fact that literally all you need to build is EM for Hyperbloom. If you're going Rational, it's a little bit different, and it's honestly a lot harder. Granted, you do get the catch for free, which is nice. So overall, she's still an S tier unit. She's still S tier regardless, but I would honestly go EM instead. We can go to Clorinde next. If you were to look at Clorinde works very well in one specific team comp, maybe 2. And she's just not as universal as Raiden. I don't believe so. Also, she's kind of annoying to use. The pew, pew, pew. The interruption is annoying. The fact that you have to count to 3 every time. I know that sounds silly, but like I have to consistently think about it. Clorinde is not a bad unit. I would honestly put Clorinde high A. Like very, very high A. She's not bad, but she's not better than Raiden by any stretch of the imagination. I'm actually disappointed because I really wanted her to power creep Raiden, and unfortunately, it's not the case. Overload Hyper Bloom, that's valid. That's valid. Overload Aggravate Spread, yeah, she's pretty much there for Dendro. She's pretty much just there for Dendro. Like Vapes with her or Electro, whatever the fuck it is. It's like whatever. It's really nothing special. I don't know where you put Baizhu, man. I don't know where you put Baizhu, honestly, because I feel like my personal opinion, I would honestly, I'm gonna keep it. So I'm gonna be so transparent with you. I would love to put this motherfucker in Don't Roll. S plus, what up, sir? S plus. A and B, you see the different I'm not gonna put him there. I am gonna put him A. I think that putting him in S is a little crazy. The only reason I say it's a little crazy, Baizhu is S. Okay, but hear me out though, right? If you just started this game, would you recommend a new player who doesn't have Furina to roll Baizhu? Genuinely. If you're pairing that with Furina, then of course, right? But he is very niche. He's a very, very, very niche unit to the point that it's like, if they pull Nilou, yes, you're bugging. He's good in his team, but he's more of a luxury. Exactly. He excels well in his team. But as an overall unit, again, this tier list, like, Furina has changed the game, brother. Furina works with anyone and everything. Baiju's an endgame dude. Exactly. Baiju's an endgame character, and they're really only an endgame character if you have, like, Furina, or I'll give you a fucking Nilou if you want to say Nilou as well, right? Other than that, you are not rolling Baizhu. You're not. You know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. So due to the fact that they have so much utility in the end game, and they're used a lot in the Spiral Abyss, I will 1000 put them in A, but realistically, their pull value is low. It is very, very low. So I would love to put them more towards the bottom, but objectively A. But big disclaimer, I wouldn't roll for this character. The moral of the story is anything in S+, you should fucking roll. Bottom line, regardless. That's another thing with Chiori, man. Chiori C0 is not bad, but they're Geo. Their puppets don't move, and they honestly just piss me off. But I mean, like, realistically, they are a buff from Albedo. I'd put C0B. I'd put C0B. I agree with you, Nina. I think again, unless you're rolling for Geo units and you're becoming a Geo main, don't even bother. Don't even bother, and especially at C0, because at C1, they get a second puppet for free, but they need a construct for C0. Excuse me, they need a construct before C0. I believe Ningguang counts as a construct. It's pretty easy to get Ningguang, but still, I wouldn't recommend it at a new player. Cyno, again, not taking into account Furina is really not good. I apologize. I know someone came in here and said they like Cyno. I know Mel said they love Cyno and they're Cyno C2. But Cyno is B or C. Honestly, I could be generous and put him at like the bottom of B, like the absolute bottom of B tier. But this homie is just really not that great. He has no genuine team comps. His on-field time is too long. His ER issues are absolutely abundantly annoying and makes it really a drag to play him. Farming scarabs, bro. Farming scarabs or those little beetles, whatever the fuck those are. That in itself makes me want to do a front flip into a car in Roblox. You know what I mean? I can't believe this. Hey, man. I'm making this for new players. I'm still traumatized by the scarabs. It's genuinely probably one of the worst experiences of all time. It really is. It really, really is, honestly. So, yeah, I think bottom of the B. If you throw Furina, then obviously A, right? Obviously A. But again, that comes down to Furina just changes the game. And if you have Furina at this point, pretty much any character could work with Marchesi. I would rather use my Dehya than Cyno again. Wow, Sleepy Pandas. That is such a great transition into Dehya. Well, you can't pull Dehya anymore regardless. She is a standard banner character. The thing about Dehya is Dehya with Emilie is very good. Dehya with Fufu is all right, but she really still has no role. I'm going to put her like at bottom of the B. I'm going to be generous because she can get some utility. But if you have Dehya and you're missing Emilie, and you're missing Furina, I don't even think it's worth rolling for. Of course, I'm happy to hear that. I wonder which, yo, what up? Can we get a shout out for Lady? I hope you're having a great day today. Dime me up, Lady. Welcome in, welcome in. It really upset me because Dehya honestly has my favorite design in the game. Genuinely, I think Dehya's fucking sick, and she's such a badass in the story. Like, she's so fucking valid, and they just gave her possibly the worst kit ever. I mean, same thing, her ult, her punches hit like pillows, does no damage. You jump her ult, you come out of her ult. She really has no place in the meta. I'll get to Emilie later, but yeah, she's kind of just there. She's kind of just there. The place that she does have the spot that she does have a place in the meta is still really not good. Diluc is trash. Diluc is unfortunately really bad. Like bottom of C tier. Diluc was so cool. I love Diluc with all my heart. I have a fucking Diluc wig. Daddy Diluc used to be my main. But his ult is extremely useless. And he's not a good character, man. He is absolutely not a good character. It is what it is. He is Batman, which gives him some brownie points. But other than that, he's pretty trash. He's just not good. When World of Arlecchino exists, Hu Tao exists, Lyney exists, I mean, Yae Miko exists, you don't need Diluc. Diluc is just there. Diluc is absolutely just there. So bad, yeah, I know. I C5 Dehya still level 1, never get used exactly, but he used to be S tier back 1.1. Hey, Diluc with Shenhe and Furina though? Yeah, but so, okay, and here's the thing. Again, this video... Okay, you could talk about Shenhe. I think if you want to put Diluc, if you want to make the argument for Diluc plunge, then I think he could be at the top of C tier. Furina, Arlie, Navia, and only S+ in my opinion. We're gonna get to those. Shenhe help his existence, yeah, but he's not great. Diluc plunge isn't awful. It's not awful, but it's also not really. I'd rather plunge with literally anyone else. You know, I think people like Diluc's plunge due to the fact that it made that tech that was super hard to do actually viable and like a real thing in the game. But even with Diluc plunge, like I forgot about Shenhe, and even with Shenhe though, like I still don't think his value is there. I think you can better off playing anyone else. You know what I'm saying? For new player, he's not great. No, for new players, he's not great. And that's what we're going to. In order to, if I need 2 5 stars to make a 1.0 5-star good, they're not good. So instead of being at the bottom, I'll put them at the top of C. But, you know, keep that in mind. This is for new players. For new 2 5 stars, making one new one's bad. Eula is ass, man. Don't roll for Eula. I don't care what anyone says. I get it. She has the thickest thighs of all time. Thick thighs save lives. She's fucking ass. Physical damage is not good. Don't let these motherfuckers gaslight you into telling you Eula is good. Don't fucking do it. Don't roll for her. I mean, if you want to roll for her, I don't fucking care, right? But just don't do it. Know that if you're rolling for her, you're nerfing yourself and you just wasted Primo Gem. She's ass. I'm moving on. I don't think there's any discussion there. Ganyu mid as fuck. If not, she's unplayable. She's a great sub DPS. Tactone was right. Tactone was right. She's a sub. She's a sub, brother. She's a sub. She is not a main DPS. She is not a main DPS unless you have Zhongli or Layla. She's an amazing freeze unit. And so for the fact that she's a sub DPS and she's pretty decent at it, I will put her at the top of B. Also, this whole freeze is just not good. I remember people telling me to run Emilie with Ganyu or with Risley. It's fucking dog shit. It's fucking gamers. M-Tash here. And nothing has changed. Still ass. Still ass. So yeah. Chicken Fit Hybrid Bloom in the flex slot. Yeah. I mean, still kind of mid. Ganyu mid as fuck. Ganyu is not for new players. I agree. Lost my 50-50 on for Mona on Eula. Ganyu in a fair slot is B. Now, granted, if you did want to make her a main DPS, there is a weapon that it's genuinely probably the most frustrating weapon to ever farm in this game, where it's a 4-star that you can get from is it Prototype Crescent? Was this the one? There's a weapon that you can get. No, it's this, the Hamayumi increased charge attacks. There's a weapon where you collect like conches on the fucking beach or some shit. The RNG jars. What's going on, Genesis? That's what I'm talking about. If you wanted to make her a DPS, it is possible. It is 100% possible. Unlocking that recipe is garbage. I agree with you. It's fucking horrendous, but it is doable. It is free to play accessible. And you do get Shenglang. So it is a possibility that you could get one of these weapons. I don't remember which. Hamayumi. It was Hamayumi, right? Okay. You could get this weapon for free after you grind for 300 days. If you wanted to make that. So she does have free to play options for being a DPS. Still not worth it, though, in my opinion. Hu Tao is S tier. Hu Tao is S tier. Hu Tao is still S. She's definitely not as good as Alhaitham. I think Hu Tao, again, is one of the first units we've seen suffer from power creep with Arlecchino. Hu Tao, C0, jump canceling. I like jump canceling. I'm just a weirdo. Not just regarding Hu Tao is still very valid. She's strong as fuck. She is valid, but she's only tied to vapes. And C0 Hu Tao is annoying to play. And I don't play on mobile. So I can't speak on mobile front. But jump canceling the mouse and keyboard is a little annoying. I like it. But yeah, she's strictly tied to vapes. C0, you need to do some sort of tech for her. So overall, like S, she's only an S for how good her damage output is with vapes. Her vape output is fucking insane. So we're gonna leave her there. Okay, the thing about Jean, I'm gonna put Jean in A tier. I'm gonna put Jean in A tier. I think Jean in A tier is very fair because obviously Furina does bring Jean's, you know, stock up, and I know we said we can't just look at Furina, but overall having a healer just straight up that heals everything, and you could also yeet hilly trails across the way with her is not bad. It's not bad. I think she's a very solid healer, and so I think A is very fair for her. You know, you got her spot thanks to Furina. Definitely Furina helped her quite a bit. Diluc should definitely be don't roll. Sounds good to me. We'll move him. I'm down. Jean, yeah, Furina definitely upped her a bit. But overall, even without Furina, I still do think, like, if you had Jean and you needed a healer, I don't think it's a bad healer. Also, what's going on, Zara? Welcome in, brother. I hope you're having a great day today, man. So I don't think Jean is a bad unit. I feel like without Furina, she'd probably be at the bottom of A or top B. But overall, she's still not bad. Healing uses VV, so she's a solid. Exactly. Kazuha is S+. It's physically, there's no support that is better than Kazuha. Kazuha is the easiest character. He literally synergizes with the main elements, Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, Electro. His artifact set VV is fucking insane. It's stupid. Literally, all you need is EM. And the damage shred, you know, is in the decreases opponents' elemental resistance to elements infused by Swirl by 40% for 10 seconds is fucking stupid. Literally, if you're not doing enough damage, roll Kazuha or use an Animo unit with VVV. Just fucking add that Swirl in there and you'll probably kill whatever it is. So honestly, very, very easy light work. Go to the Sauce unit. There's nothing bad to say. Also, his grouping potential is fucking stupid. If you're fighting a million enemies, you can group them in 2 seconds. The way I group your mom into my DMs. All right, so yeah, the grouping top tier. You ready? Watch this. They're already grouped together, so you get the point, okay? All right, shut up. Okay. Doesn't matter either way. Roll for Kazuha. Ayaka carried my ass early game. Ayaka's like A tier, man. Ayaka's A tier. She's definitely better than Ganyu. Bro, I hate Ayaka's gameplay style. I'm putting her at the bottom of A. I actually hate the dash. The fact that you have to dash with her to get her infusion, and then after that, do the charge attack. She has horrendous energy recharge requirements. She's pretty fucking annoying. Like, objectively, she's a better DPS than Ganyu from, like, an objective standpoint. But also, freezes ass. Melt is really not good. She's kind of just there. If you want to roll her because you see in the story she puts her fucking socks in the water, go ahead. But she's pretty ass. I wouldn't recommend rolling for her. But she is good, though. She's good. Like I said, the best cryo DPS. Yes, but that's not saying much, though. That's like saying the shit that I took earlier is different than the diarrhea that I had last week. You know what I mean? And that's my problem with cryo. Cryo's really bad. Cryo went from the second best worst element. Went from the best to second worst element. Yeah, cryo's just bad. Ayato mid. Is Ayato next? Oh, Ayato's definitely mid. She's better than Wriothesley. No, she is better than Wriothesley for sure. Actually, let's go to Wriothesley first. Before we go to Ayato, let's go to Wriothesley. Where's Wriothesley? Wriothesley at C0. C0B, I agree. S+ because hot. No, Wriothesley's hot though, but like, I'm hotter though, type B. You know what I'm saying? Like they should just put me in the game and they make money. That's interesting take. Yeah, I don't agree. I'll do Emilie next because you're here. We'll rank Emilie next. Yeah, Wriothesley's bottom. Wriothesley's like B tier. I would say he's better than Ganyu, but that's not saying much. C0 is pretty rough. C1, you get a massive quality of life with him. But also, I'm not gonna lie to you, this motherfucker never does damage. Like, I don't understand why. I will put a crit damage book on him. I'll put everything on him. I'll use Shenhe with him. People told me to use Emilie with Wriothesley. It's still not good. He just doesn't do damage, but I will say he is easily one of the most fun characters of all time. The running around, punching and boxing the bloody head off of these motherfuckers like I'm Conor McGregor is genuinely the most fun I've had in Genshin Impact. So if you're talking about like pull value for fun, dude's like S++ tier. He's absolutely super fun. But like utility-wise, he's pretty mid right now, unfortunately. If you consider giving him a goblet, that might increase the damage percent. Nah, I'm good. Yeah, he don't need it. Do you usually use artifacts on him? I do normally have artifacts on him. Sometimes. I showed you his crit rate without the artifacts. With Mara Chussie, he's still going from 40 to 70. And he still doesn't crit. Homie's fucking ass, brother. All right, let's do Emilie real quick. So, oh, they don't have Emilie on this website? Okay, you know what we'll do? We'll use the Dendro version of Lumine as a placeholder for Emilie. I'm surprised they don't have Emilie yet. For a new player, man, I can see the value for pulling Emilie genuinely due to the fact that Shenhe is around, but also C0 Shenhe is just not really that great. like her C4, like if you're playing the game for the first time, you want C4 Shenhe because it gets her pyro NATO duration increased by 40%. So like, but realistically, like I'm not gonna lie to you, I could see it. I think for whales and people like myself, it's not really worth it. But new players, it's not the worst choice. I think she's like a solid A tier. I think she's a solid sub DPS. I think my problem with her is, I'm going to put her in like the middle of A. I think my problem with her is that she doesn't actually buff burning. All she does is apply it. Burning ain't a thing. It is and it isn't, man. It is when her best team requires the 2 best characters in the game, it's pretty weird, man. It's pretty, I don't think she's worth it, but I could see why someone would want to roll for her. I just don't, I personally wouldn't use her. The 5% or 10% DPS input, extra output on my Furina Nuevillette team is not needed. If they're already doing 1 million vanilla damage, what is the extra 10,000, 100,000 damage going to do? Everything already dies regardless. And her pull value is just low because, like you said, burning is not it. She's not buffing your characters. And if you can't get enough burning in there, she's just not worth it. Natlan's right around the corner. She's going to be stronger and stronger. I hope so, but I doubt it. I hope you're right. I hope you're right, right? Hopefully I eat my own words. But the great part about it is that she will come back on a rerun when the meta has changed. If it changes, right? And so new players can then make their decision then. But at the moment, her pull value is extremely low. And I don't believe this is going to be a Kazuha situation where people are like, well, if you had Venti, you don't need Kazuha. Also, at the end of the day, if you have pull Nahida over Emilie, pull Nahida, pull Alhaitham, there's better units. There's just better units. So she's a Nilou. She would get better with Natlan. We'll see, man. Everyone's saying that, but also everyone said that about Dehya. Dehya's gonna get better with time. Ayato is whack. I had someone tell me that Nuevillette power crept Ayato. Loki better than Ganyu between Ganyu and Ryo. I think Ayato is... I think mid is a little harsh. Ayato is good, but also I have toes is there's no need for Ayato because Nuevillette exists. He really does have fun gameplay with the slash, and his hydro application is pretty good with his burst and stuff. Yeah, he's a fun character. I personally wouldn't roll him. I feel like when you have such characters that are so much better than them, I don't think it's worth it. But also I think Tartaglia is better than Ayato as well. So Tartaglia is just a better unit to go for, but he's still solid. There's really not much to say about them. Keqing, don't roll. Keqing is dog shit. Move on. Klee, dog shit. Lamine, we already have that. Keqing and Klee are dog shit. It's just, it is what it is. I'm sorry. Don't roll them. They're bad. They're just bad units. They're not good. Not worth your time. Could you rate Lyney if we're talking about charge attack? Yeah, we could rate Lyney. Lyney's a very good pyro DPS. The problem with Lyney though is he needs mono. So since he needs mono, he can physically never go higher than A. Lyney S+, I wish. Lyney's damage output is fucking top tier, but he needs mono pyro. He needs mono pyro, and that is too limiting. It's too much of a niche. Also, the game, I know Nina's so mad. The game doesn't favor Lyney in the Abyss. Like, even in his own banner, Lyney was fucking dog shit in the Abyss. Like, he is just not where it's at, unfortunately. C0 Lyney's insane. C0 Lyney is insane, but you can only play him with mono pyro or Furina. That's it. That's it. And you can't tell a new player roll Lyney so that way when another 5-star character rolls in 7 months, hey, you can use them. You still need a shielder, potentially. You need Bennett. Like, it's just not where it's at. I'm crying. Do you still trash as always introduce new element? Yeah, the new element's gonna be my mom. My mom? Yeah, man. Unfortunately, Lyney is just like, again, Lyney's damage is there. I'm telling them to roll Lyney. That's it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. No, he's strong, bro. Like, he's so fucking strong. But, like, it's this dumbass talent. It's this dumbass fucking talent, brother. Where you have to have the pyro people. Each pyro party member other than Lyney will cause the damage dealt to increase by an additional 20%. Lyney can deal up to 100% increased damage affected by pyro. It's fucking... It limits his gameplay way too much. Because, honestly, he's super fun and he's really cool. Like, I really, really love him. I got him over Yalan in the first banner. I shouldn't have done that, but I did it. And it's like, it just, I don't know, man. I like a design and everything too, but when do you see people using Lyney in the Abyss, or an Abyss that's really catered towards Lyney? It's not. For new players, charge shots may be putting off, plus Arlecchino exists, exactly. Charge shot gameplay, a lot of people hate charge shot gameplay. People like Nyx and Sleepy love it, right? Charge shot gameplay is boring to people, so, you know, I get it. I get it. So I think it'd be weird for us to say, like, this is it, you know? I don't give a fuck about mono. If I just have a shield and cryo, that's just why you can make me melt and survive. You could, but like that, you're you know, pretty much making your damage what, 60% less, 40% less. You know, easy up for sure. It feels that they created Lyney's kit that way to try to redeem Dehya's shit show to give her a purpose. Yeah, and it did a bad job. They did a bad job because her Dehya's interruption resistance is not enough for Lyney. You know, you'll have a lot of like people like come up with these weird theories and like these theories craftings of how it could be good, but in practice it's just ass. And realistically, the average player, like there's 60 million people who play Genshin daily, right? Or monthly, I should say. Out of those 60 million people, who do you think out of that, like realistically, is going to sit down and build Dehya just to build Lyney, and then they won't have a skill issue, you know? Mona, don't roll for. Mona trash. Nahida's SS. Nahida's absolutely SS. Best Dendro unit in the game. There's literally no need for any other Dendro unit. Fucking Nahida is so stupid. She's so fucking dumb. She's easy to build. All you just need is EM. Throw on the literally most broken artifact set in the game, Deepwood, and you can run Sack. You can really run anything on her, realistically. Just get her as much EM as possible, and she will fucking melt everything. Hyper Bloom is too strong. I think they made a mistake creating Hyper Bloom. I wish they didn't create it, but it's here, and so we have to deal with it, and so now you have this. Also, she works with other elements as well. Like, she's our best in slot with Clorinde. She's the best in slot with a lot of people, so she's just really great. Nahida's the only reason why Clorinde is usable? Exactly. Nahida brings everyone up in this game. Nahida works with everyone. Widowy, Nahida works with everyone. No, Widowy. Yeah, no, but she's pretty great. Free to play friendly. She works with all the characters you get at the beginning of the game as well. She works with Shanglang, Barbara for the Hyper Bloom. You know, like Lisa. I mean, realistically, off rip, you have a Hyper Bloom off rip to use, and it's fucking stupid. Navia S could be S+, even though I hate her. Navia is S. I think Navia is S. I think Navia, the only reason why Navia is better than all the other Geo characters is the fact that she doesn't require Geo, which is kind of fucked up. It's like, hey, this character that is centered around using all the other characters in the same category are good, but she's better because she's fucking finally free from the dog shit curse of Geo, right? You do need one other Geo character for Crystallize, but after that, that is it. You can run Shanglang, you can run Benny, you can run Furina, you can run Qiqi. You can run anyone that will fucking give you Crystallize. The only reason she's not S+ is probably because she is Geo. And at the end of the day, you still need another Geo unit with her. Navia S+. What up? Yeah, nah, I think S+ is a little too giving. I think S+ is way too giving. I think S is a pretty fair spot, you know? Like, you need someone to do the Crystallize with. If you don't have Albedo, if you don't have Zhongli, if you don't have Ningguang, she is not an S+ unit. She can Crystallize enough on her own if you have everything well, but it's more forgiving and comfy with another Geo. There we go, okay. Okay. So... I think the problem comes into now waiting for your burst to come back, though. Like, that was pretty solid. And obviously, my Navi is not really that built. But now, if you're in the Abyss, you have to wait a bit. It's doable. Yeah. No, you're 100% right. Without a doubt. I didn't even think of that. That's fucking genius. And the burst is back already. Okay, it's definitely doable. Without a doubt. I can see the argument for S+. I couldn't. I wouldn't. I'd still keep her S. I feel like the best team is dual Geo for Pyro over her. Yeah, I mean, dual Geo and then whatever passive that can create Crystallize. But still, that is very doable. I didn't think of that lady at all. I didn't even know that fucking existed. So, Del using the chat. Nuevillette, by the way. Nuevillette S tier. Absolutely the best fucking Hydro character in the game. It's probably the best DPS in the game between Nuevillette and Arlecchino. I think these two are absolutely tied. I don't know which one is better damage number-wise, but Nuevillette is so fucking stupid easy to use. Now, granted, Neuvillette's damage is much more with Furina, but you could use him without Furina and still have crazy damage numbers. So, yeah. But I mean, like, Mara, Chussie, Neuvillette, you don't have to worry about your crit rate. You don't... I mean, what's my crit rate right now? My crit rate's 38. You're getting that extra 36, 12, 24, 36. I did the math right. Yeah, 36. You just really have to focus on crit damage, ER. He does have Prototype Amber as a free-to-play weapon as well. So free-to-play, he's still valid. And his domain is easily one of the most resin-efficient domains in the game. So overall, I mean, like, there is no downside. And he's so fucking simple. You literally just pull out the Hydro Dick, and that's it. And you just blast. Neuvillette Hydro Pump gets you through the Abyss. It gets me through life. You hit F, You suck up the balls, and that's it. And then it's the most brain dead shit ever. He's so simple to fucking build, and he's just good. He's just great. You know, now granted, you could get interrupted with the hydro balls, right? Like, so people go for C1 so that way you don't get interrupted, but I think that's overkill. I think just throwing a shield or a dodge. Nilou, man. Oh my god, bro. Nilou's so fucking dumb, bro. I wouldn't roll Nilou, son. Nilou needs too many characters. Here's the thing though, and this is me being very objective. I hate Bloom. I absolutely think Bloom is the fucking drizzling shits, and it's boring, it's brain dead, it's stupid, and I don't like it. But here's the reality of the situation. When you download the game, you are set up with a very, very bottom of the barrel mid Bloom team, and she could work in it. I don't like it, but she could work here. You throw Colette, you throw Dendro Traveler. I don't even know where my fucking Traveler is, right? Where's this homie? Where's my Traveler? Am I blind? He's Geo, that's why. You throw Dendro Traveler here, you throw Barbs, and then you throw Nilou. So this is a starter super duper free to play friendly Bloom team. I think Nilou's too restrictive. I agree with you. I think she has the most beautiful attacks in the game, is super dope. But she's just stuck to Bloom. So to me, I don't think she will ever be higher than B. But if you liked Bloom, and if you like the way she looks and her kit and whatnot, you do have a super duper free to play Bloom team. Truthfully, I don't like it. I think it's fucking trash, and I'd rather absolutely have diarrhea for the day or some shit. I don't know what is the first thing that came to my mind, but but it is there. A for me, but that's biased because I love her. B is fair. Yeah, I think B is fair. I think B is fair. I wouldn't roll for her. I definitely wouldn't roll for her. She is adorable. She's beautiful. I don't think Barb could heal all that damage. She could do it. She could do it with the ult. Like, she's all right. It's the bottom of the barrel Bloom team. It is the bottom of the barrel, least amount of effort, because all of those characters are legitimately free. Obviously, you would want someone that can legitimately heal, like Kokomi there, right? Qiqi don't roll. Qiqi's ass. Just not good. Speaking of Kokomi, where do you put Kokomi? I'm gonna have like people are not gonna like this take. But I'm just gonna be honest with you. Has anyone ever thought about dodging before? Kokomi like a C, A? I think people really overrate Kokomi way too much. I think they really put her in like A or S tier, even for Hydro application. And I think other than like maybe for Mono Hydro in the second half of this most recent Abyss, if you don't have like Nuevillette and Furina, she's kind of there. I use my Yae if I had Nilou. Bro, I'd rather use Barbara than her. I really don't think she's that great of a unit. Like, I personally believe there are other units that can replace Kokomi so easily to the point where it's like, why roll her? Oh, Dehya should definitely not be up there. Fuck, we fucked this up. Whatever. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think she's okay. Like, obviously, Furina with a burst is great, but not taking Furina into account, you could dodge, you could get a shielder. You have Noelle, you have Barbara. For Bloom, for Hyper Bloom, you can literally run anyone else. You can run Zincho, you could run Yelan. Yelan's more universal as well. If you wanted to run Bloom, you could use Bloom as well. But like, I just don't think like you need to outwardly buy a healer. I just don't see the point in that. I would not buy a healer. I just wouldn't. I'd buy a shielder, but not a healer. Love her. Be fair, because she's solid hero. Hydro with great some many team reactions. Kokomi's like C. What up, OM? She's all right, man. I personally would put her in don't roll. If you see Kokomi on my account, that means Emilie took over my account and rolled Kokomi. I would never do it. I personally would never. I wouldn't do it. Shenhe is C tier. Shenhe only buffs Cryo. She has no other use. Cryo's bad in the game right now. There's no need for her. She's just whack. Another luxury character to me. Very, very big luxury character. Yeah, Shenhe has no use in this game, unfortunately. Cryo's mid. Maybe in Snezhnaya, whatever that region is called, she'll be good. But until then, just whatever. Sigewinne I would never roll for. I don't like the way she plays. I think she's fucking adorable, but I don't like the way she plays. I feel like if you are going to go for a healer, you might as well go for Kokomi. I think people say her healing is better than Kokomi's, but she's fucking annoying. She's annoying to use. I'm going to blow a bubble and I'm going to throw it down and it's going to hit this person, it's going to hit that person, yada, yada, yada. It's fucking stupid. Her DPS is non-existent. C6, I think she has like a hydro pump blast that lasts for 2.5 seconds. That technically out DPS is a Nuevillette, but only 2.5 seconds. So I don't know. I don't like her, man. I think if you see Sigewinne on the banner, I think you shouldn't roll for her. You're a hater? I'm damn right. You damn fucking right. Prio's mid. Have you seen Rizley's cake? His cake is nice, but mine is better. Mine is better. And she's ass. I'm 100% a hater. You damn. God damn, that's too damn bad. I also don't like her. Exactly. I'm a hater too. She's never a pull for me. Yeah, she's a never pull, don't roll, not worth it. Tartaglia realistically is still S tier. It fucking breaks my heart that I have to say this. National Tartaglia is genuinely still one of the best teams in the game. Tartaglia. Oh yeah, Tartaglia. Tartaglia is very good. National's goated. Zincho, Shang Lang, Benny, or just, I mean, if you don't, you know, if you have Kaza, just works. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to put him in S tier. I lied to you. I'm going to put him in A tier because from a new player perspective, I will say he is annoying to use. I'll put him above Ayato because of the fact that I still get confused sometimes. Maybe it's a skill issue, maybe because I'm dumb. I don't know. But I don't know. I think he's just very high skill ceiling and his team is very meta, but he can be very, 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 very annoying to use. And I personally wouldn't recommend people to roll for him, truthfully. If I wouldn't recommend it. He's great. He's better than Ayato, without a doubt, but I don't like him. I don't like him at all. I showed every character, everyone's I like isn't emotionally attached. What? Isn't Child useful in that team only? Child is useful in that team only, but the thing is that team is so fucking good that he ranks over Ayato. Like, he pumps out bigger damage numbers. Although sometimes he never crits, and Ayato is more well-rounded. Like, National is just fucking stupid busted. National stupid fucking busted with him. So, Middle Hydro characters, I agree. Esso's giving a little too much. Yeah. And again, he's still annoying to use. You fuck up his burst, you're sitting with downtime for like 20 seconds. National makes almost every character good. Yes, but he still excels in that really well and really is still a meta unit. Although I don't like him, he's still very, very good at that. And National can make everyone good, but he's still great at it. So, you know, Tighnari. Ooh, Tighnari. I don't know, man. I really don't fucking care about Tighnari. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, he's a standard banner character, so even if you want, you can't get him. Tighnari S tier, you're bugging. Absolutely. I don't know what glue you smelled this morning. He's actually really good. Maybe like an A tier. I just don't see him as like an S tier character. He's an easy A. He's the best standard banner character. I feel like an A is fair. I feel like an A is very fair. Best standard though, also best standard at C6. Okay. High B tier or low A because he's very strong. He is strong. I hate him so much. High B tier better than Ganyu. He's definitely better than Ganyu without a doubt. Without a doubt. Like, he does work very well with the Quicken comps and like the Electro and all that shit. He is honestly the best standard character. Okay, I think A is good. I really don't think there's much more to say about him. I think he's just a good overall unit. It's just he's a bow character. And he doesn't work with Hyper Bloom like that, so it's not as good. Venti. I'm gonna put Venti in don't roll. I don't think you should roll Venti. I don't think you should roll Venti at all. I think you just roll Kazuha and call it a day. Unless you want 2 CC characters like that, I don't think it's worth it. Venti and so don't roll. Get the fuck out of here. I'm leaving. Listen, man. Listen, you're rolling a subpar user. You have Sucrose and you have Kaza. There's no need for Venti. Venti in the endgame doesn't get any use past floor 11. And the only time people really use Venti if your name is Zimmy with the C6 Venti, or if you use them for the monolith thingy. Why would you roll Venti if Kaza exists? Waste of premium. I'm still rolling Venti. I love all animal characters. Sucrose sucks ass. Sucrose doesn't suck ass. Sucrose is great. Sucrose is a very good character, man, for sure. Venti's skill does nothing. His skill does nothing. Just straight up, the skill is fucking ass, right? The only good thing about Venti's kit is he is there for CC. And obviously you can get the VV off of the CC, but you could do that better with Kazuha, and you have a 4-star who could do that better than him. Therefore, yes, can he group smaller enemies? For sure. But those are smaller enemies. Once you get to the endgame content, not it. Venti's a good sucker, though. Yeah, well, I'll beat him at it. Wanderer. Oh, man. Oh, man, brother. Oh, brother. I wouldn't roll Wanderer either. I wouldn't roll Wanderer. I think he's too squishy. I think Wanderer, unfortunately, is too squishy. He dies if you spit on him. And spit on that thing. Wanderer needs a shielder. He then needs someone from another element to get a buff. You really want 2 people of the element. And then after that, he needs C6 Farazan. So he needs a C6 character to be halfway decent. And even with that C6 character, he's still not that great. So C0 Wanderer, I would not roll. If you're gonna whale and get Farazan and him, he's probably like a C tier or a B tier. But at C0, he's just not worth it. He's just not worth it because now, if you're running a shielder with him, you could only run one element. And then what buff are you getting? I guess you can run Layla. Let's be fair. You could run Layla, and then you get those 2 buffs. Daily, yeah, even I love him personally, yeah. I don't want Anima DPS because I don't have C6 Farazan. It's a waste. Without C6 Farazan, he doesn't exist, and Farazan doesn't exist without C6, so therefore he is just unfortunately a bad character. Shanyun definitely changed the meta more than I ever expected. I think Shanyun is a high A, or honestly, you could even put her in S tier. I'd say put her in S tier. I think Shanyun's great. I would never build her, but I think a high A, a low S, high A is valid. Shanyun gives you the ability to make any character good. Not in the way Furina does, but Shanyun gives you instantaneous heals and plunge it for every character. And it's just fun, it's stupid, and it literally absolutely changes the meta. Shanyun Hu Tao is now Hu Tao's best in slot at C0. You don't need C1 anymore. You can make fucking Nuevillette jump and do crazy damage, and he's still not doing the Hydro Pump. So Shanyun's honestly very good, and also she runs VV, so that's very good. VV's go to with the sauce. We've covered VV already. So Shanyun is a great unit to get. I wouldn't build her, but she's still great. She's very good. She changes the game. Agree? I regret not pulling for her. No, deadass. Deadass. She is one of those meta changer game. I was definitely... I don't think I've ever been more wrong in this game than I have with Shanyun. I thought Shanyun would be the worst character of all time and fucking stupid, and there would be no reason to roll for her. And I was 100% wrong, and I'm happy that I was wrong, and they made another character that important. So I'm very happy about that. So we take those. Go to with the sauce. Zhao. I would personally put him in don't roll, but I understand he does have use. I'm gonna put him in B. And the reason why I put him as B is because Shanyun turned. Zhao's gameplay is a pogo stick. He's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. You can literally have better Zhao with Shanyun's burst. You could do the up, down, have better ER, do better damage, run better supports, and just make a better Zhao. So I think he's really not that useful in this meta. Shanyun has C0 with no signature Furina made my Zhao go from 100k plunge to 160k per plunge. Exactly. But you could also do that with anyone, though. I like Cloud Retainer, but I'm not a fan of the plunge gameplay. I don't like Cloud Retainer either. Shanyun, C6 Farazan, and Furina make Zhao SSSS. Exactly, but this is not for that. This is for players who are just starting the game, C0 characters. A C0 Zhao with no Farazan, no Shanyun is not good. It's not good. You launch the game right now and you see a Xiao banner and a Yae Miko banner, right? Because those are the most recent ones. They're fucking trash. They're just like, Yae Miko's not bad. She's not trash. But Xiao doesn't to me doesn't have a use. Why would I play Xiao when I can make anyone Xiao? You know what I'm saying? So I don't see the reason for doing that. Xiao's only got the endgame when you unlock his teammates. I see that. Yeah. And even when you unlock his teammates, I think there's just still better units to use than him. You know what I mean? There's just better arrow characters. Yae Miko S tier? No. Yae Miko's a solid, I think A tier. I think A is fair. I think as a sub DPS, A is very fair. I would honestly put her around here. She's really let me cope. Yeah, you can cope. But yeah, I have this album on replay. This album's fucking great. She's good. I mean, there really isn't. Yo, what up, J-Schwa? Outside right now, but excited for the leg of the run. Yo, I love you, Josh. I appreciate you. Mwah. Oh shit, that starts in 2 minutes. Chat, we gotta finish up this tier list. But yeah. She's good. She gives good off-field support, off-field damage. She really does have no downtime. You use her skill, burst, use her skill again. And honestly, she works in Hyper Bloom. She works in all of those Electro Dendro teams. She's just very good, man. She's just very, very good. So solid. Yelan, don't pull. I think Nina's coping a little bit, chat. Thoughts? Nina, I like you, type B, but Yelan's S tier. Yelan is S tier, chat. Xvision Point YouTube, we just dropped that Yelan guide. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? We dropped that Yelan guide. Yelan is the second best Hydro support in the game. One being Furina, of course. Yeah, C0 Yelan is great. You have to be careful with your ER, but she genuinely synergizes with almost every single free-to-play character to begin with that you will get. And she also just synergizes with pretty much anything. She just works. Also, you get Fav for free for completing Mondstadt, a quest in Mondstadt, so you get a best in slot with her off rip regardless. Emblem is a cracked Echo set. Oh my god. Emblem is cracked. She's just overall great, man. Now, granted, my Yolan's I built because I just bought her. But yeah, there is no downside. Now, Zincho has higher Hydro application, but more damage comes from Yelan. And honestly, those two are really go together. They're like low-key married at the hip. They definitely want to run them together. But Yelan is a massive W. If you do have Xingqiu, you don't have to roll Yelan, but it helps quite a bit. Yelan has good utility problems. The Hydro support slot just congested. Furina nowadays seems to always be the better option. Well, the thing is, you need 2 teams for the Abyss, right? So, Furina is not good for Hyper Bloom. Furina is not good for Hyper Bloom. Not only she drains her health, her Hydro application is not enough. If you run Yelan, double Hydro, Yelan, Xingqiu for Hyper Bloom, that's goated. Or if you just run Yelan with Xingqiu and anything, and then on the other half, you have Furina, you're freeing up so many team comps. So honestly, she's still very good. Yae is B, would never run her in Abyss. I would personally not pull Yae, but I'm not going to put her in don't roll because she still technically has value. But I do think she is like the top of B tier. Unfortunately, Arlecchino is just leagues ahead of everyone. Hu Tao, you don't need to worry about getting interrupted every 5 seconds. And Hu Tao and Yae are unfortunately both just tied to Vapes pretty much exclusively. But she is still a solid DPS dealer. But you definitely need a shielder with her. If you run Yae, the biggest problem is staying in the circle with Benny because of the fact that your normal attacks just push you back too much. And then again, you need a shielder. So also, for some reason, her C6 lowers her DPS output. It's fucking weird. I don't know why they do that, but it is what it is. But that's from like a whale perspective. But yeah, she unfortunately has gone down significantly since fucking Arlecchino. But even she wasn't as good as Hu Tao. So last but not least is Zhongli. Zhongli is S tier. He's the best shielder in the game. He also gives 20% defense shred when you put up his Zhongli pillar, aka his big Geo PP. So there's really not much to say about Zhongli. He's just an HP bot. Get him as much HP as possible. Run Black Tassel on him. And you have a perfect shielder and a perfect defense shred. And that is the tier list. I love you. Mwah. I'll see you in the next one.